Good morning, Infinity. How's everybody doing today? It is Yoga Sunday. This is Reverend Jeff obafemi Carr, also known as Rev Jeff. And I am excited to welcome you to the most exciting spiritual community on the planet, the Infinity Fellowship. And it is fourth Sunday, and it is virtual today. That means that it's Yoga Sunday. So listen, wherever you are, I don't care if you forgot that it's Yoga Sunday. I want you to go get your mat, go get a space on the floor, get a towel, throw on some exercise clothes, roll out of bed, put your t-shirt on, call your friends and say, listen, let's start this day before we go out for brunch. Let's start this day putting our mind, our body, and our spirits together with the Infinity Fellowship. I'll see you in a minute. Let's get it going. Let's talk. Good to see you in the chat. Peace and blessings. As we are gathered in the space today, I want to welcome you, Infinity Fellowship. Wherever you are, go ahead and begin to gather yourself for Yoga Sunday. It's good to see so many people in the space today. I'm going to bring the music under just a little bit more, simple because I turned the speakers down in the space. So I want to make sure that y'all can hear me, so I don't have to talk over the music as much. But we're here and we're in the meditative space, and we're glad that you have joined us today at the Infinity Fellowship. Go ahead and Kamaria, if you click in that clicker, take it up to 107. Got some assistance today. Take it all up to 107. Right about there, okay, and then leave that one where that is, okay? Daniel's got the music that's happening today, and he's going to bring that under and watch the levels so that we can make sure you can be heard today. And I appreciate the tech crew that is working for us on Yoga Sunday, including Daniel Carr, Kai Carr, Kamaria Carr. So they are absolutely on place and in place for you. And as young people, we're loving to see them shine. We're loving to see young people shine all the time here. Again, Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr here, and I am welcoming you to the space of the Infinity Fellowship. It is Sunday morning. It is time for Sunday service, and on 4 Sundays, Sunday service is Yoga Sunday. So to everyone who I'm seeing in the chat box, who are saying good morning, we are gathering together in this phenomenal space of spirituality. Today we've got an awesome day that is planned, that is going to give you the practice that we've been doing in the year of attainment, but it's going to coalesce it down. It's going to combine it down so that you can do this daily, even if you have just 5 to 10 minutes that you need to get something in. This is going to give you the practice today. So we're going to work on that energy. We're going to work on that alignment space. Come on, let's take a few deep breaths to start the day. Get our minds focused and centered on what we have to do. I recognize it's early for some, especially those of us who are tuning in from the West Coast, and those who are tuning in from around the world. It's late. We want to make sure that we shake, shimmy, and sham and center ourselves to make sure that we can have a great practice today. So continue to breathe and just slow it down. In the space of breathing, we are feeling and manifesting the good in the world. We are releasing those things that no longer serve us mentally. We are embracing in the quiet space the space of peace and joy. We are closing our eyes, bowing our heads. We are opening our hearts as we, from this space, speak to the Spirit of living God, of living Creator, of living Source. God, we thank you in this space today, in the space that we have gathered in, that we have consecrated for the good of humanity, for the uplifting of those who come in seeking of a space of shelter, a space of solace. And we want to say thank you today for just giving us life. Thank you for giving us the higher consciousness that reminds us to always stay connected to you. Thank you for the space of protection that you provide for us, even when we feel as if we can't protect ourselves. Thank you for the doors that close, that prevent us from going down the hallways we don't need to be bothering with anyway. Thank you for the understanding that as we pass through these obstacles, we are creating an opportunity. Thank you for the understanding that transition from this physical body means presence in the divine cosmos, in the space of heaven, in the space of Amentet, in the space of life after life. And so we send condolences out to the families who are grieving. We send it out to our own Stewart family here, and we speak good energy into their lives as they have transitioned formally in the ritual, their sister, baby sis. We also send energy to the Neal family, to the Moore family, to the Murphy families, to all the families who are dealing with the transition of a loved one. We send you the comfort and the love of Infinity Fellowship as we all send our heart energy into those spaces for you. We give thanks for the opportunity to stretch our bodies today. We give thanks for our opportunity to learn something that will bring about an enlightenment inside us, that will give us the light to continue to shine into the world. For these things and for others that cannot be put into words, we simply breathe in gratitude together and proclaim it as so. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. As we pour our libations today, we recognize the spirits of those who have transitioned into the space of life after life. We send our love into the universe for them. And anytime we pause to remember our ancestors, we are saying that we are grateful for those who came before. As we stand on their shoulders, we are made taller in this physical world. We speak not to the perfection of lives that came before us, because we can't speak to our own perfection, can we? We can speak to the process, and we can speak in gratitude that those who have come before did what they needed to do, which was to make sure that we would be here. And so I ask you to think about the names of those in your family, those in your friend circle who you'd like to remember as we pour our libation. We pour with water that represents the living into the earth that represents what happens to these physical bodies as we transition from this space into the space of complete freedom, the essence of life space, where we are pure energy and pure spirit. We miss those who have transitioned. We also recognize that in perspective, there is no death, simply transition. We use the Yoruba word that means life, that means power, that means essence, that means divine spirit. Ashe. That's what we say when we pour our libation. So as the names are coming in, we want to pour and recognize two special names here at Infinity Fellowship. The first, baby sis of our sister and family, Latia Stewart, to her baby sister, Linda Hicks, Ashe. We pour that energy. We understand that they have completed the ritual. They are releasing the doves into the sky. And so as those doves went to the sky, we hope you recognize that that spirit is now flying. That energy and essence released from the body is now with your family, and we're with you here in love. To the family, the Moore and Murphy families, to young brother, Christian Moore, Ashe. We understand that his ritual is taking place today or tomorrow. So traveling graces to your family. We know that it's always difficult when a young person transitions, but as he has transitioned into the space of life after life, we call on his name today and send comfort to the family, Ashe. We were able to stop by and see one of our sisters, Sherry Neal, the transition of her husband, Marvin Neal, who we poured for last week, Ashe. We send that energy into the world in recognition for what you've done as a minister and a family man. May you continue to have an easy path into the realm of the ancestors. So now let's begin to type those names in the box or call the names aloud as we go to the altar and pour our libations. Cool water, freshen and consecrate this house, Ashe. Freshen the collective ancestors, the names being called aloud, the energies being remembered, the appreciation going forth from the heart, Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation, Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity, Ashe. We pour to the energies of the north, finding our direction, Ashe. To the energies of the south, finding our remembrance of who we are, Ashe. To the energy of the rising sun of the east, reminding us that we have another shot at it today, Ashe. To the setting sun of the west and the rising of the lunar cycle, reminding us that we are divinely protected even the night, Ashe. To the ground below us, to remember to stay rooted even during the times of storm, Ashe. To the skies above and the remembrance of the space where we see our dreams and bring them into reality, Ashe. into the space that connects them all, the space of the heart, the space where we intersect, the space where we feel the spirit of a living divine source, Ashe. And so we pour to the names that people have called and typed as we pour these last few pours of water. And to the children in the world, womb and yet unborn, we pour Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. And so it is. Okay, good morning, y'all. Good morning to you. As we sing our song, you know, we like to sing it in the background, good morning to you. But as it's playing, I want you to generate some gratitude. If you're new to Infinity, generate it anyway. If you've been here and you come here on Sunday and this is your spiritual home, you generate it. Type something in the box that you're grateful for. Give us one thing that you're grateful for. Tell us who you are, where you're watching Infinity from, and tell us one thing that you're grateful for. As we hear the music coming in, we know that it's time to say good morning to you. And as we say good morning, we want to make sure that you understand that you can be grateful for one little thing. I'm grateful for my tiny cup of coffee here today. I'm kidding. This is water. This thing is so massive. It's like a 32 ounces. It's water. But I'm grateful for my water because it cleanses my body and it cleanses my spirit. So tell us what you're grateful for. Generate gratitude in that box. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. So as we are celebrating a good morning to you, we're grateful that you are in the space. We're grateful that you're coming in from wherever. We saw the lenses in the chat box. We know y'all are coming in from Macon, Georgia. You know, we got to catch up on Macon and what's happening in there. We got Leanne in the house coming in from Belgium. Come on, Leanne. I see you. Terrell is grateful for spiritual grounding. I love it. Leanne is grateful. Sunny greetings from Belgium. It's sunny in Belgium. I love it. Grateful for this Yoga Sunday. So grateful to see you all in the space today. We got Sister Stacy Jackson in the house. Stacy, good morning from Clarksville, Maryland. Grateful for one more day to be a blessing and to receive blessings. We've got the Ingram family coming in. Sister Raminia Ingram coming in from Las Vegas, Nevada. Isn't that great? We got people coming in from all over. Grateful for my son's laughter every single day. He doesn't fall, doesn't fail. My eyes are going, see, I don't have my glasses on. He doesn't fail, and that's always funny. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, y'all, keep generating that gratitude. We've got a couple of spaces where we can before we actually get on this floor. We want to remind you that Infinity Fellowship comes together around what we call Infinitude. And now it's time for us to read our statement of Infinitude. When people say, what is Infinitude? It's pretty simple. Infinitude is our spiritual practice that aligns us at infinity, and it really is a snap. If you think about snap, that's what gets you into the space of Infinity Fellowship. The S is for spirituality. spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N, well, of course, the N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A, well, that's for action, because we take actions on our dreams and live our divine purpose every day. Finally, that P, well, that P is for the proof that your spiritual practice manifests fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We're grateful that you all are here as divine manifestations of God's creation. And so we invite you to absorb our statement of infinitude. It's on our website at myif.org. It's also on the screen in front of you. We can read that together if you would like. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many words of affirmations through ancient times. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. This may be your first time visiting the Infinity Fellowship. So in this moment, I want to extend the greeting that we give you every single Sunday here at Infinity. If you are especially new to Yoga Sunday, I want to thank you for showing up on behalf of the universe, on behalf of the God of your own acceptance and understanding, because you recognize that this wonderful vessel is simply holding an even greater spirit. So because you're holding a greater spirit, we like to let you know, first timers, we see you, and we see you for who you truly are. We don't see you as a human being who showed up today to have a spiritual experience. Although we invite you to have that too, we see you as the other way around. You are a spirit who is navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. And so we like to hold our hands up to you in the space. Somebody will hold their hands up to somebody, send energy through the screen, take a deep breath, exhale and release. You can receive this. If you got people in the house, turn to them, send your energy in their direction, send some love back to me, send some energy around the world, and know, first timers, that whether you're a first timer or a long timer, this energy is yours. Deep breath in, exhale. Repeat after me, y'all. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me. Well, I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, to move your body, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Give yourself a moment to just shake it loose. Move your hands around. Feel free. Dance it out a little bit if you want to. You got a couple of minutes and then we're going to hit the mat. So if you got some thumbs to put into the box, make sure you hit the like button if you're on Facebook. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're on YouTube. And everywhere else, just keep sharing. Keep sharing. Tell folks time to get on the mat. As we come into the space today, it is time for our offering. We offer an opportunity for us to give every single week, because this ministry is growing as much as it is glowing. We got new things to do in this world. It is 2022, the year of attainment. It is halfway through. We're 6 months in. We are continuing to create visions that are so big, only the universe, only God, only the ancestors can help us achieve them. So we're doing that as a community, and we're growing because we practice the art, the spiritual practice of giving. We give from a space of abundance. We do not give from a space of lack. We give knowing that as you plant seed, it bears fruit. And we are doing that today. So it is time for our sacred giving moment. So as you are finding your phones or your devices, the ways that you can give are now scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Even scrolling is a manifestation of what we've been able to do as a community. Because you remember when we started this streaming thing, we had one little cell phone. And we were just trying to do our best to keep the signal strong. But now we've been able to reach people all over the world and to change lives and to provide a spiritual community for those who hadn't found a space before. So to our people who are tithing, who have practiced that art, that gift, that spiritual practice of giving 10%, you are appreciated from the universe and from your home family here at Infinity Fellowship. For those who are giving your offering, whatever you are moved to give today, that is absolutely awesome too. We're going to put it all together in intent, and we're going to bless it. We're going to bless it by saying and knowing that everything is good. So repeat after me. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. I got it good. As the music comes in, we're going to say together our offertory affirmation, and we'll put it up on the screen. Deep breath in. Let's say it together. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Yes, indeed. Everything is good, y'all. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. Y'all sing that along while we got the slide up so we can know how to give. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good, yeah. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. As we are in the space today, we have definitely got it good. We know we got it good. How awesome is that? Listen, I know some of you have already rolled out your mats. You've already gotten to the floor, and that's great. On the back end of the service, you can also give. Also, if you're watching on the replay, you can also give as well. We want you to put this practice in your body today to get this space in order and to have fun. So get yourself into the alignment space. We're going to get on the floor today. We're going to absorb today's meditation. Then we're going to move into the actual physical practice. So clear the space, clear your mind, and we'll come back on the back end to chat while we're doing this. Today's meditation, for those of you who like to screenshot it, comes from the book of the Coming Forth by Day and by Night, which is one of the oldest scriptural texts in the world from ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt. It is also in hieroglyphics or Meta-Neter language called the Pert Em Heru, or by European language, the Book of the Dead, because that is the space that they saw it in. But the reality is that is a space of life. But Muatu Ashby, who is known for creating the Kemetic yoga tradition, gives us an interpretation from the Book of Coming Forth by Day that says, there are two roads which human beings can follow, one of wisdom and the other of ignorance. The path of the masses is generally the path of ignorance, which leads them into negative situations, thoughts, and deeds. These in turn lead to ill health and sorrow in life. The other road is based on wisdom, and it leads to health, true happiness, and enlightenment. Take a few deep breaths on that slide. Meditate on what that means to you. Today's practice is going to be one that you can absorb into your space however you see yourself absorbing yoga into your space. Listen, sometimes yoga can be intimidating, but this is exactly why we have Yoga Sunday virtually at Infinity Fellowship. Now there's no excuse. You don't have to be in the space with a bunch of people around you. You don't have to worry about what people going to look at you in an up dog or a down dog and all that kind of stuff. Or you fall out a tree. Guess what? You can fall out anywhere you want to, because falling out is a part of the yoga tradition, just like being still. Being still in this moment is a part of the yoga tradition. So as we find this stillness, as we find this quietude, as we find this space of yoga, which is yoke, which means to just center. If you just sit in easy pose on the floor and center yourself, that's doing yoga as much as a back bend is. So as we come into this space today, we're going to go through some poses, and then we're going to show you how you can get this practice done even in as little as 10 minutes. So let's get our minds centered today. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale and release. Find a position where you're sitting on the floor. In a comfortable pose. With your back upright. And we won't bring in any music right now. We're just gonna talk through this position right now. So thanks, Smooch. We appreciate you being on it, babe. Good job. Running it right. Sitting in an upright position, sitting on your sit bones or on a pillow, on a mat. Elongating your spine by lifting up in the chest. Being mindful not to just lift up in the shoulders, but to lift from the spine. So to truly lift from the spine, imagine that there's a little fastener here at the top of your head in the crown, and we're just lifting it up, and that's making you sit a little bit taller. The flesh on the outer part of your shoulder blades is now descending toward the floor so that you can release any tension that you have in your neck and shoulders. Continue to just simply breathe. You'll notice that the passageway is open now even more. So the more you stand still, the more you sit up, the more open that space is. Go ahead and enjoy that. With each inhale, be a little more full. With each exhale, a little more empty. You're doing great. Now hold your hands up in front of you, palms facing down, and just shake your wrists out side to side. Wake up the joint energy in your wrists. Good. Now make some circles with those wrists because we're going to need them. Ball up your fists a little bit like they used to say when you were little. Ball up your fists, boy. Ball up your fists. Ball up your fists. And just rotate it now the opposite direction. Begin to loosen those joints. Good. Now hold up your show hands or your surprise hands. Good. Bring them together now at the center. Press those palms together. Press those joints together. Press those thumbs together, those fingerprints together. And then lay the thumbs just to the middle of your chest and your breastplate. This is the position of the heart. A mudra is simply a hand position. When you hear people using that in yoga, people will say, I have a mudra today, and it is just simply a hand position. So as you have this hand position now, this mudra, if you will, of a space that, hold on, y'all keep having the position. I got to talk to my kids. Follow me on the cameras, kids. Thank you. Awesome. As you have these hand positions in the energy space, make sure that you are a mudra as a hand position. That's basically the Sanskrit translation. That this Anjali or this heart mudra is about setting intention. So go ahead and set your intention for today. And your intention may be to just get a little bit stronger in the space. It may be to adapt and to adopt the process. Whatever it is, take a few deep breaths, close your eyes. Set your intention for the practice today. Set your intention for what you want to receive spiritually today through the movement of your body. Deep inhale. Exhale, release the hands to your thighs, to your knees, or to the floor. Come on and come on all fours. We're going to start with a warm-up, and from the warm-up, we're going to go through the positions first. I'm going to give you these positions first. So our flow of energy is going to come as we do the entire practice together, but we're also going to get some energy out of these positions as we get them. So as we come to all fours, let's go into what they call tabletop position. So place your knees about hips distance apart. Check in with your body to make sure that your wrists are directly under your shoulders. Good. Bring them back a little bit. There we go. So they're directly under your shoulders. That's why they call it tabletop, because you got 4 legs on the table, each equally absorbing the weight. So you want to make sure that as you're in tabletop position, that those hands are directly under the shoulder blades. You see that alignment there? If it's there, you're going to put undue stress on your deltoids and undue stress on your pecs and undue stress on your wrists. If you're forward here, when you're in all fours, you're going to do the same with undue stress on your lats, undue stress on your back. So you align that wrist in a 90-degree angle directly under that shoulder. That gives you the support. You engage your biceps and make sure that your back is not rounded or arched. We're going to do that. Make sure it's flat as possible. Look just beyond your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale. Drop your head towards your mat, round your back like the cats do. That's the cat position. Good. Inhale, take a deep inhale, lift your head toward the ceiling, drop your navel toward the floor. That's cow. Good. Big inhale here. Exhale, drop the head and round it back. Really empty that air, draw that navel up and in toward your back, toward your spine. Good. Big inhale and an exhale there. On the next inhale, reverse the position. Go into the cow position. Exhale into cat. At your own pace, I want you to go through cat-cow just to warm up that back, just to warm up that spine, just to start training your breath to be in alignment with your body with each inhale. Fully realizing that cow position, fully inhaling it, and then on the exhale, slowly moving, only as fast as your breath allows you, so that when you're completely empty, you have realized the cat position with the arched back. Good. Continue to breathe just like this. Bringing the centering into the breathing. Finish that round of breath. Come back to tabletop position. Look forward to the edge, beyond the edge of your mat. Reach your fingertips forward. Lift your feet off the mat. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Bring your 2 big toes together. Now sit back, push back, sit back on your heels into child's pose. You can rest in child's pose anytime you need to. Resting in child's pose means sitting back on the heels. Sitting back as far as you can while you reach all the way forward. So reaching forward, making it active. If you need some support, if you're ever in child's pose, you can always place a block under your chest. If you have a block, you can always place a pillow. If you have one of those long, narrow sleeper pillows, you can also place that under your chest. You can also place it on your forehead. Long side, short side. Whatever's going to give you the support if you need it for child's pose. But let's continue to breathe. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release it. Sit a little deeper in the pose. Really feel that breath coming in through your nose. And imagine that your breath is filling up that space underneath your underarms and moving down even into your hips. That's how deeply you're breathing. That's how much energy we're getting from the space today. We are making sure that we have every single space of connection that we can get between the body and the breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now let's work on a couple of poses that we're going to need as we get this practice going. Take a big inhale. Lift your head up, look between your hands, plant those fingers into the mat. Exhale, move your feet toward the edges of the mat, tuck your toes, press back on the mat, raise the hips into the sky, straighten your arms, straighten your legs, downward facing dog. So as you are getting into the space of downward facing dog, remember downward facing dog is not a push-up. If you feel like there's a push-up, in your body and you're holding yourself up by your arms, you're not pushing back far enough. So drop your chest towards your knees. And to correct the position, bend your knees there. Good, good. Now stick your butt up in the air. Now straighten the knees again. Lowering farther back down onto your heels if you can. If you can't, you're on your toes. Really pressing that chest toward, and then rotating those biceps outward a little bit, just so that you can gain the strength that you need to for stability. Good. Relaxing the back. Deep inhale. Exhale, look between your hands. Step, walk, or jump forward to the front of the mat. Still forward folded. If you need to, you can stand on a block, or you can hold a block or a book in front of you for a good forward fold. And you're just going to move a little bit from side to side, sway a little bit in the forward fold, loosening up that spine again, getting yourself ready, getting the spinal fluid going so that we can hit these poses. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching toward the sky. Hands at prayer at the top. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And it's in this space that we utter one of the ancient mantras of the universe, the alignment space with the spirit, with divine source. All that is one of the ancient electric sounds of Om. And it says, Om. So that's how we're going to do it, right? Together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Again, inhale. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale and an exhale here. Hands to the sides. All right, this is actually a root chakra pose, but we're going to make sure we perfect it because it's going to stay with us the entire time. Place your feet at a comfortable distance, and then look in and check in and make sure that your feet are facing true north. That means that we don't want your feet making a V. We don't want your feet making a pyramid with the toes touching. We want perfect alignment at what they call 12 o'clock. So if you're on the floor looking at a clock, you see your feet facing directly forward. That's going to help you tuck them in and keep them tucked in, because once you tuck them in a little bit more, there we go. You'll notice that if they're parallel with the edges of the mat, that means that they're facing forward. Lift up the toes, grind the corners of the feet into the mat, spread the toes and lay them out there. Good. Now lift up the kneecaps, engage the quads, and imagine that everything is turning in your lower body. Good. Turning inward. So yes, it's engaged. You're standing, but you're engaged. You're never just standing haphazardly in yoga. You are intentional. You are standing in this mountain pose. You are rooted, lifting that navel up and then in toward the spine, even as you roll the shoulders back and down, releasing the hands toward the floor. Good. That is mountain pose. When we reach toward the sky, it is extended mountain pose. Remember that. Next pose we're going to tree pose. Tree pose, we're going to lean slightly on the left foot and then go into the tree pose by turning the right foot outward at a 90-degree angle. You can bring the heel in to the arch of your left foot, lift it, rest the heel on the ankle, rest it on the inside of your calf, rest it on the inside of your shin, whatever is going to be comfortable for you in tree position. Everybody try that out. Got it? Good. Are you falling out of it? Good. You probably will at any given moment. The trick to tree is to find an object that is not moving in the room. So even if you're looking at the screen, look at the logo on the bottom of the TV screen or the computer or something on the wall that is not moving. Find that stillness in that position. Go ahead and drop that leg. We're going to go to the other side, shift the weight to the right side, turn that foot outward at a 90-degree angle, bring it up to the position that you'd like to place it in. Find the stillness. Place your hands at heart center. Good. Now release. That's going to be our tree pose. We're going to do that as well. We're going to do a sun salutation. A sun salutation will begin with extended mountain pose. We will go into a forward fold. So let's do that together. Fold all the way down, starting with your lower back, fighting the urge to round the shoulders. Inhaling halfway up, which would have hands at the ankles, a flat back, hands on your knees, or hands on your thighs, or hands on your shins. Exhale back into a forward fold. Lower down into the push-up position. This is called a chaturanga or vinyasa. Then come forward slightly and up into upward facing dog. On upward facing dog, stay in that position. We want to make sure that the same positions that we did in tabletop, the same principles apply. The wrists are directly under the shoulders. And you're pressing the shoulders down so that you're not scrunching your deltoids. Excellent. Looking straight ahead, pressing down into the mat, checking your feet, because your feet now, you're resting on the top of your feet. Your toes are pointing toward the back of the room. And make sure that it's the same principle in Tadasana, that your toes, your feet, are aligned perfectly parallel at 12 o'clock with the edges of the mat. So although we are resting on the top of our feet in upward facing dog, we're making sure that our toes are not pointing out or pointing in, but they are in perfect alignment with our legs. Great. You can press up and engage the quads, lift off the floor, or you can rest your thighs on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. And we've done that one before, and we now know it. Good. Inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. And exhale to release. Great job. Okay, look, we're getting those two poses in for the root. Now we're going to go through the Sun B. And Sun B is going to be simple. From the front of your mat, step your left foot back. We're going into Warrior One position. Y'all are going to hear me say Warrior One position. That's going to be Warrior One. Make sure that that kneecap and that ankle are aligned. We have a theme here, alignment. Alignment comes before attainment. So as you are aligning yourself, you are attaining results. Check that back foot, engage that thigh, lift that kneecap up on that back foot, really drive the outside of that back foot into the mat, 45-degree angle, so it's not facing to the side, it's not facing forward. That's a lunge. 45-degree angle. Place the hands on the hips, square your body toward the front of the room, raise your hands. That's Warrior One. All right? Ready for Warrior Two, we're going to drop that front hand and drop that back hand and open that chest to the side while looking forward over your middle finger. All right, hold that position just for a few breaths. Really open the chest, and you open the chest by imagining that somebody has hold of your right wrist and is pulling it forward, but somebody has hold of your left wrist and is pulling it backward. The weight is equally distributed, and therefore your body is balanced. It's harder in yoga when you try to lean one way or the other instead of engaging your entire body. Good. Turn that palm up on that front hand. Drop that left hand to the thigh. Trace it down toward the floor. That's reverse warrior. Good. Drop it back down to Warrior Two. Good. Now, lift up your heels on your back foot and turn to the side of the mat. Pointing your toes toward the corners of your mat now, we drop down for the next position into Goddess. So your hands can be on your thighs, Your hands can be in a mudra. Your hands can be at heart center. Your back can be against the wall. Matter of fact, if you've never done goddess position before, I want you to go against the wall and just slide down on the wall. The reason why is because I want your back to get used to staying straight. If not, you'll find yourself trying to bend over here. I don't want you to bend over here. I just want you to squat. Advanced yogis, come up on your toes. All right, drop it back down. We're going to do this in the opposite position. So simply come to the front of the mat. We're going to flow it together. I'm going to check your body positions to make sure we're straight. Warrior one on the left side. Step that right foot back. Check your warrior. Make sure you're square. Raise those hands up to the ceiling. You're doing great. I can feel you all over the world. Wait till we put all this together. Drop it down to warrior two on the right side. Bring it back to reverse warrior on the other side, just like we did before. Back to warrior two. Now turn to the right. Goddess position there. However you'd like it. All right, come on back up out of the goddess position. Good. Now everybody come sit on the floor. If you have your towel, if you have your strap handy, you can go ahead and get that. You may need this as well. All right, great. As we begin, this is going to be our floor bow, this position. This is going to help our solar plexus here in this space. That's that chakra energy there. This entire practice is about aligning. It is also about inspiring. It's also about energizing your energy centers. So each one of these poses, they may seem random, but they're put together in a sequence that will light you up, light the energy centers in your body from your root all the way to your crown. So now that we're seated on the floor, I want you to extend your legs in front of you. Good, good, good. As you've extended your legs in front of you, reach behind you with your hands. Good. Now bend your knees and bring your heels towards your buttocks. Good. Now as you are leaning back, I want you to lift your feet off the ground, find the sweet spot of balance, and then you can hold your thighs as you balance on the floor. Good. Now bring your hands around to hold your thighs under the bottom of your thighs, or take your strap, place them around the balls of your feet, and you can hold it, either extend or you can bend at the knees. Whichever one is going to be comfortable. But remember to lie back, but keep your back straight. You're going to start feeling this energy here in your solar plexus, and that's great. Right, you're going to rock back and forth till you find a balance. I like to rock gently back and forth until I find that sweet spot on my sit bone. And I don't have a lot of meat back here, but I do have that space. That's going to be our floor bow position. So hold that for a few seconds. Good. We're going to throw a little ab work in there in a minute. We'll put it down. Go ahead and drop it to the floor. Excellent. All right, let's come around and get on our hands and knees. We're going to practice our camel position. Okay, from our hands and knees, rise up on our knees. Place the hands at the waist. Good. Slightly behind you. Roll those shoulders back and down. Begin to bring those elbows toward each other instead of out from the body. Bring them in. See what's happening? You feel that opening in the chest the more you bring those elbows together. So I want you to press those hips forward, press that pelvis forward, but then lean those shoulders back, lift that chin, try to look to the back of the room. That's going to be camel pose. You can also reach back, if you're flexible, to place the hands on a block or a book or the top of your heels or your ankles. Some people have that camel space. There's going to be green light shooting from the heart in the camel position. Take a deep breath in, exhale, extend a little deeper. Inhale, come back up. Awesome. All right, turn back around. Facing seated position. we can go back into the floor bow, which is simple. Just bring your knees towards your chest and hug your knees from the back of your thighs, and then just gently rock back and forth. Yeah, rock back and forth. Round your back a little bit and rock back and forth. There you go. And from the space of rocking, you can either go into a shoulder stand, or you can go into the legs up against the wall, which is the same. So from this position, as we get down on the floor, we're going to rock in this position, gently touch, gently back. For those who have the practice of legs against the wall, for optimizing the throat chakra, we're just going to go straight up. Pretend we're on the wall or go against the wall. For those who have shoulder stand, rock back gently, raise the hips. You're very welcome to watch first. Lifting the legs, pointing the balls of your feet up, even as you tuck your toes. Placing those hands on the lower back, elbows square on the floor, bringing them in as opposed to out. Spend a minute perfecting that position at home. To come down, simply release, and then just rock back and forth a little bit to loosen that up. And on a final rock, come and cross your legs. This position, the leg cross position, is what we're going to go into for the practice of opening our third eye. And then I want you to lie back all the way into Shavasana. Good. Turn to your side. Press yourself up to seating. Hands at heart center. Y'all did a great job. So now you know all the positions. I love it. All right. So we ready? We ready to do this thing? All right. Smooch is going to give us, my daughter's going to give us a little bit of music. And what's going to happen is we're going to give you every single part of this practice. I'm going to call it out. We're going to get it together. We're going to rock it. We're going to roll it. And we're going to show you that you can do this particular practice. Even if you needed to, you could do this practice in about, 10 minutes. The longer you hold the pose, the better. So if you have time today, if you have time tomorrow, if you have time whenever you're redoing this, just remember that you're going to be able to hold the positions. When we get in goddess, when we get in tree, take 4, 5, 6 deep breaths in every position. That is going to give you maximum benefit. But what we're going to do now is we're going to flow through it together so we have no excuses. No excuses for doing this practice. I recommend it every single day. So as we come into the space, sitting on the mat in a comfortable position, and breathing. In and out. Hands to heart center. Anjali Mudra. Deep breath in. Exhale to release. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Third deep breath in. Exhale, release. Hands to the floor. This is how we start and begin our practice with intention. Come to all fours. 3 rounds of cat-cow as we practiced before. Inhaling. Arching that belly toward the floor, letting that navel drop toward the floor. Exhaling, arching into the space. Cat-cow, 3 revolutions. Inhaling, exhaling. Rounding the back, arching the back. Creating space between your shoulder blades, creating space between your hips, creating space in your lower back and your spine, loosening the spinal fluid, preventing the stiffness of aging, lubricating our joints. Inhaling and exhaling. Finding a position of stillness now. Inhaling, reaching forward on the mat, setting back into child's pose. 3 deep breaths in child's pose. Feeling the energy of prayer in the humble position of child's pose. Setting this practice in, being mindful that we are going to stay in this spiritual energy, being mindful that as we submit to spirit, we trust spirit. Being mindful that all our needs are taken care of. Being mindful in child's pose that we have an opportunity in this practice to be truly born again. Oh, how awesome is it to practice together. Take a big inhale that fills up your entire back and under your shoulders. Exhale, lift your head up, look at the front of the mat, press back into downward facing dog. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs, tuck your toes, lift your hips, make that pyramid. From the side, make that pyramid. Awesome. Big inhale and down, upward in downward facing dog. Exhale, look between your hands, step, jump, or float forward. Forward fold. As proof positive, we're going to go through this practice and we're going to get in 1 to 2 good deep breaths in between. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Hands at prayer. Exhale. 3 ohms. Inhale. Inhale and exhale here. Exhale, release the hands to the side. As we focus our root energy, the color of red, onto the space today. Focusing the energy of the root chakra now, feeling it in extended mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. Good. Tree on the right side. Lean slightly to the left. Lift that right foot. Place it in the position that you would like. That is easy for you for the tree position. Your hands may be open. Your hands may be at heart center. Your branches may be in the sky. Your hands may be at prayer. Find your tree position. 2 deep breaths. Inhaling that color red, feeling that love energy, that solid root energy grounding us like the tree planted by the water. We shall not be moved. Exhale to come out of it, switch to the opposite side. leg up. Don't worry if on one side of your body you're stronger or weaker. That's just the natural way of things in yoga. Don't criticize yourself for it. Laugh at yourself and find a position of stillness and come into it. And coming out of it, back into standing mountain pose. Good. Now we're going to do our salutations to warm up our body. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling deeply here. This is called Sun A. We're saluting the sun in this energy. Big inhale, exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float the right foot forward, then the left. Whichever one you'd like. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Right back into the next. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Come on, y'all. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, jump, or float back to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale, exhale, blow it all out. Step that opposite foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do it again. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 to 3 deep breaths here in this space. You're doing great. You're doing great. Big inhale, exhale, blow it all out. Step, jump, or float forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. We're going through this space today. We're going to make sure that you get this connection of all of these pieces working together. We are flowing with this. Big inhale. Exhale, blow it all out. Step just the right foot forward. Inhale up into warrior one on the right side. Now, as you flow through this, through the week, you can add as many breaths as you want to here. Holding the breath, or not the breath, holding the pose, the asana in warrior one is a strength. It's going to give you balance and stability all over from your arms to your core. So you make sure that you're breathing deeply into it. Even as you're relaxing those shoulders down and reaching the hands toward the sky, take 3 to 4 rounds of good deep breath. We're going to flow with it though today so that we can show you how quickly we can get through it. So we're just going to take, ideally on this side, 1 or 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, open up to warrior two on the right side. Remember that one? All right, let's show you how to flow it. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, turn to the side. Exhale, and then go into goddess pose. We are now moved to the Sacral Chakra. The color is orange. The root chakra is the space at the bottom of the spine. The Sacral Chakra is that energy where your creative parts are, your reproductive organs. That's why you're going to feel energy in your reproductive organs even after today's practice. So Healthy reproductive organs are perfect, are great. And we are strengthening this sacral chakra a little bit more today because we know we got some challenges in this country that we got to overcome in a pitiful way that women's bodies are looked at and not protected. But we're strengthening our resolve here to come from our space of creativity from where we all came. That's why it's called the Goddess Pose. So that we can not only stand for ourselves, but stand for others. Good, from Goddess Pose. Inhale, exhale, back to Warrior 2. Let's put a chaturanga in this. Back to Warrior 1. Chaturanga, which is what? Vinyasa, which means go to the floor, go to the low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna flow with it. Step that left foot forward. Inhale up. Watch this. Exhale, Warrior 2. Inhale, Warrior 3. Exhale, Warrior 2. Turn to the right. Inhale, go into Goddess. On the opposite side. 2 to 3 breaths here. See how quickly we're able to move through when we have it in a flow? If you get up in the morning, you can do 1 to 2 breaths in each position. You can get this out of the way before you even hop in your shower. Good, from the Goddess Pose position. Inhale and exhale. If you have your heels up, set those heels down. Turn back into Warrior 2. Back to Warrior 1. Chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 deep breath there. Exhale, bring your knees to the floor. Awesome. Going into floor bow. Sit around onto your bones, sit bones into your space. Grab your towel, grab your strap, whatever you need for that position. If you don't need one, that's great. You're great at floor bow. So let's just rock back and forth a little bit till we find that sweet spot. Find that sweet spot. Bring your hands to your sides or use the strap. You can extend up. Hold that energy there. If you need to, you can definitely hold the backs of your thighs. You can hold your hamstrings there. Put it at a 90-degree angle on the legs. Squeezing those thighs and those knees together though. There's a different, that's a pike move. We're not doing the pike move. We're just doing the standard floor bow. Take as many positions, breaths in this position that you need. But again, we're moving through so you can see the flow. Inhale, exhale, go all the way to the floor. Gonna get a little abs in as I promised because y'all been begging for abs. And we wanna put it in at this part of the daily routine. All right, so legs up in the up against the wall position. Lower them 30 degrees, keeping the knees together and the legs straight. Another 30 degrees. 2 inches off the floor. Open the feet apart. Bring them back together. And drop them to the floor. Come on, y'all, let's do one more. Just for fun. Legs up. Drop 30 degrees. Drop another 30 degrees. Breathing all the way through, don't strain. 2 inches from the floor and hover. Take them out, take them together, and take them down. Excellent. Without waiting, come on up to seated position again. All the way around to your knees. From your knees, up on your knees. Remember this one? Yes. Now the energy has moved from that sacral energy yellow into the heart space of green. So as we're now in the heart space, we want to shine this green light into the world as that energy is in there. This will be the 4th chakra. So we have moved from the root to the sacral to that solar plexus, and now we're in the green space of the heart. So let's open that heart, drop that head toward the back of the room, find that camel position, breathe deeply into it. Just like Iron Man has his power cell in the center of his chest, this is your heart beaming that green energy into the world. Accepting the love that is for us, accepting the peace that is for us, accepting the light that is for us. Exhaling and releasing to come out. Good. Turn back around, come back to the floor, seated position. Same as the floor bow, we're going into shoulder stand. So let's do this together. Floor bow, rocking back and forth gently. See how we do that? Feet can touch. Feet can touch. Going back, lifting the legs into the legs up the wall position, or taking it up, tucking the elbows in, placing the hands at the lower back, and going straight up. Modifications include those who want to do bridge instead, can do bridge. Legs against the wall, you're seeing in the space. If you need your towel or your strap, if you need to bend your knees slightly, do that. Find that position. Take 2 more deep breaths. This is focusing the energy on the throat chakra, so do not move your head from side to side when you get in this position. Your voice is in your throat chakra, this wonderful space here. So as we have moved to that, we're moving to the throat. That's the energy of blue. So see that blue light coming into your throat area, reminding you to speak your truth. Another deep breath in there, and then gently lower yourself to the floor again for the seated position. Once you're back up to the seated position, find the comfortable space to cross your legs. We're going to focus our energy now on the space between your eyebrows, that third eye. So go ahead and place your hands in an open position, or you can place your hands in a heart center, or you can place them down on top of your knees. We're going to focus that light energy in that violet purple color. Inhaling and exhaling. Closing the eyes for this yogic position. In the scriptures, it is taught that we walk by faith and not by sight. It is also taught that the hidden space or the hidden realm is the space of the unseen seen. It's the space of Amun, or the space of Amen. It is the space that produced those words at the end of scriptural prayers. Variations, Aman. Variations, Amin. Variations, Imun. Variations, Amen. The hidden. With the solar energy that comes up from our spines, combining, that is the Ra energy. So when we have the Ra energy with the Amen energy, we have the Amun Ra energy, the hidden light. Focusing from that hidden light space, reminding ourselves of our intention. Take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. Release and lie back on the floor into Shavasana. Hands at your sides. Palms facing up. Bring your ankles together. Point your toes toward the top of the ceiling, and then let your toes fall outward. You have reached the position of rest. This is the position of Shavasana or corpse pose. And so just allow yourself to feel the energy of spirit of source cascading down upon you, reminding yourself that you are loved, reminding yourself that you are protected, reminding yourself that you are covered ever and always. The path of wisdom is sometimes a solitary path, but in your space today, acknowledge, embrace, and accept that all things are working together for your good. Even the things you do not understand simply become future revelations that will make you stronger. You are meant to be a light in the world, and as you shine, you give others permission to shine as well. As you heal and accept the good in your life, you give other people permission to heal and accept the good in theirs. As you accept the joy in the proclamation of healing in your life, you are able to bring that joy and that ability to proclaim healing into the lives of others. Absorb the energy that you have gotten from the practice today. Congratulate yourself for getting to a space of love, for moving through, for flowing through, for activating all the energy centers in your body. Taking a deep breath, rolling over to one side in the fetal position. Sitting there for just a moment. The fetal position gives us an opportunity to just be reminded that it's okay to just ball up and get hold of yourself every now and then. As we do it, we allow ourselves to heal, to be reborn. Go ahead and press yourself up to seated position. And as we fade the music out, thank you, Smooch. Place your hands at heart center. We give 3 ohms to end the practice. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Inhale. Inhale and exhale. And as we give thanks for this gathering, as we give thanks for this space today, as we proclaim healing, as we proclaim health, as we proclaim longevity, as we have proclaimed in this moment the opportunity to come together on this wonderful Yoga Sunday and be together to heal these chakras, to send this energy and balance across our bodies. We recognize that we have done this both as individuals and a community, and we give thanks. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. And so it is said, Namaste. All right, as we are in the space right now, I want to thank you all for getting through the practice. If you'll notice, after we taught everything, the actual physical practice, we actually did that practice. That was about 22 minutes. So how awesome is that, right? 22 minutes. Now, if you do one breath in between in that practice, when you get up in the morning, put those that sequence in order. Yoga Sunday next month, by that time, we're going to have a PDF drawn for you that you can download. But you remember each energy of the chakras. Get on that mat, do some cat-cows, hit the child's pose, come up, hit standing mountain pose, hit your tree, and take it through one breath each pose. You're talking about 9 minutes. So I know you can do 9 minutes. Some of you are going to take it to 90 minutes because you want the max. Practice this practice every day. If you can't do it every day, do it at least 2 to 3 times a week, and you're going to watch and see the expansion and transformation in your life. You're going to watch and see it. You're going to see the physical results. You're going to see the mental results, the emotional results, because we all have to have a cleansing. This practice was designed specifically for you to spiritually grow. Put it in your toolbox. You all, listen, I want to thank you for joining us for Yoga Sunday. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Again, if you have it's time to make your offering, and we'll go back to the chat box so I can say hello to a couple of people who I saw in the chat there. Sister Kamaria, I appreciate that. Cindy, good to see you in the house today. Good to see you again. Terrell Destiny, good to see you in the house today. Granisha, good to see you. Ramina, good to see all of y'all in the space today, man. We've had a great Yoga Sunday. We want to make sure that if you see it on the replay, you have a chance to give. So we're going to scroll that at the bottom for our giving today. For those of you who like to give on the back end, tell us how you feel. Leave us a comment, send us a chat. Whatever it may be, send that energy in. Matter of fact, if you're just discovering Infinity for the first time, I'm also going to put up first the membership information so that you can join. So put that thank you right there for that one, Daniel. We're going to see the magic of scrolling. So we appreciate you joining today. Listen, next Sunday at Infinity Fellowship, we're back for Spirit Sunday. It is exciting. Sister Kanitha is going to be in the house for the Voices of Infinity. So it's going to be awesome. I thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you, Sister Azra, for practicing with us today. And for all of you at home who practice with us today. Next Sunday, Spirit Sunday, we got a new configuration for Infinity. We got some new elements that were added to the service. We got a new setup here in the space. So if you're joining us in Nashville, we are in person and online next week. So I love you guys. Those are the energies that we have. I'm speaking that great things are happening in your life today. And as we move out of this space into the world that awaits our light, we speak that you will be continually blessed and you'll recognize something. Everything around you, the entire universe, all of the ancestral energy that you think about, every single person, entity that comes into your life, all of them are conspiring to do good. Even the people who might try to bring you down, they're here to provide the contrast that you need to learn the lesson that you need to grow spiritually. So keep that in mind when you encounter people this week. Keep that in mind as you're going forth into the world that awaits your light. We speak that the love of God, the power of the ancestors and the cosmos rest, rule, rock, and abide with you from this moment henceforth and evermore. We all say together, Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. And so it is. We'll see you same time next week. This has been Reverend Jeff reminding you that I love you guys, and that's a fact you cannot change. Peace, blessings, and power.